Right. Welcome to week 11. This week we are covering two chapters. And again, that's kind of compelled by the fact that I want to cover the entire text, and there's 17 chapters. So we're going to cover chapters 11 and 12. The one is on surveys, and the other was on interviews. I think that the two kind of relate to one another pretty well. I think that's the main reason why I selected these two chapters to combine. So we want to talk about questionnaire design. With chapter 11, we want you to understand how to put questionnaires together. What are the different kinds of measurement errors you have to control for? What are some sampling issues? How do you actually grab a sample? Um, with political phenomena, you really want to try to capture a sample that is relatively well, it is representative, so you have to do certain kinds of things that they call stratification. You want to control for gender, socioeconomic status, whether people are religiously devout, what part of the region of the country they're from, issues like that. And then you want to know how to do things like, how to interpret that kind of, survey outcomes. With chapter 12, we want you to be able to identify different kinds of interviews, what kind of interviews to apply to which kind of situations, describe how interview data can be used to verify or, falsify a hypothesis or argument, or, look for support for it, I think is the more scientific way of saying it. Describe how to plan and conduct an interview, uh, recognize what kinds of questions you want to include, recognize how you want to word questions, because how questions are framed will go a long way towards determining, how valid your outcomes are. You want to understand how the order of questions, because again, remember is it the Heisenberg effect that you're as a person is taking an interview or is going through an interview process, you're learning. I think it was fascinating to watch parts of the 3-hour interview that Joe Rogan did with Sanjay Gupta. I think by the end of the 3 hours, you could see that Gupta was getting a little bit, he had learned a lot, I think, about Joe Rogan, I would say. And then, describe the interviewing skills that you need. You need to be engaging. You need to, put people at ease. Good interviewers. Good interviewing skills are very valuable in a lot of different aspects of life, and certainly as a political scientist, knowing how to ask questions is really important. So we did our exam last week, so this week we only have the quiz and the forums. So let's make sure we stay on top of our work, and let's have a great, productive week.